Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and welcome back to another weight loss video. Hope you enjoy. What are some of the best and easiest tips for weight loss? So, I completed Couch to 5K for the first time last year after starting and stopping it several times previously. The key to my success was some advice I read about it online. Don't worry about pace or pushing yourself. Just finish the run. If you have to slow down as much as you need to, but just keep running. The goal is completion, and if you finish the runs, the program will get your body where it needs to be. I went at my own comfortable pace and had great results. Within 6 months, I was running a 10K no problem. I gave my buddy the same advice afterward for me last year, and he's down 140 pounds. Moderation. Focus 80% on nutrition and 20% on workouts. Focus on well-balanced meals within your body's portions, i.e. hand sizing. If you don't have a workout you like doing, spend some time trying different kinds of activities and sports to find out what you enjoy. You will get much more success long term if you enjoy your workouts, and don't try to change everything at once. Change one thing and do it consistently for 1 month at least before changing something else in your routine. If you need a meal plan, Precision Nutrition Online has a great beginner's guide that is free and can walk you through your changes. Hope this helps. If you're overwhelmed with eating less or better or exercising more, start by changing one small thing at a time until they each become normal and habitual. Drink a lot of soda, find a sparkling water flavor that you like, or at least a sugar-free soda to drink instead. Replace full-fat cheese with light cheese. Eat sugar-free Jell-O instead of a chocolate bar when you're craving something sweet. Do a single push-up every day instead of 0. Making dinner at home, make a lot and freeze portions so you don't eat out for lunch every day. The small things do add up and are great stepping stones towards stricter dieting habits. My dad lost 50 pounds despite having congenital issues that impeded his ability to exercise. He was actually losing weight so he could be healthy enough to exercise. Outside of his normal job and some work around the house, he did no additional workouts. His rules were simple. 1. Don't drink your calories. No sodas, shakes, blended coffees, and for the most part, no juice or milk, unless it was low calorie and sugar. His goal was fewer than 100 calories per glass. 2. No white carbs. Fewer in general is good, but eat whole grains rather than bleached white bread or rice. Fruit and veggies were basically unlimited. 3. Eat less. If your life is largely sedentary, sitting at a desk rather than manual labor or high exercise routine, you'll be amazed at how little you actually need to eat to maintain the 1,500 to 2,000 calories an average adult needs. When trying my dad's method, I found I had to cut all my meals in half to hit a 2K calorie limit. 4. This one is questionable since there are personality types which could mismanage it, but he weighed himself daily. His goal was 1 pound loss per week, and he averaged his weekly results every Saturday. Some days he knew that he'd gain, such as when he went out for dinner together, but other days he was watching his intake and gained unexpectedly. He used this to reflect on his meals and make minor adjustments. 5. Low impact exercise. Once he hit his goal, 80 pounds lost, he was going to start low-impact activities like walking and light weightlifting. He didn't get a chance at this one due to other health issues surfacing, but it was a factor of his diet that he wished he could incorporate from the outset. Water and black coffee or tea as main drinks. Have a big salad as the side dish for most dinners. Use greens that give you nutrients like spinach and oil and vinegar rather than fatty dressings. Alternately, make your own honey mustard. Other meals should be light. Cottage cheese and fruit for breakfast. I skip breakfast. Hummus and pita with fruit for lunch. Walk places and bike. If you're at all interested in nature, cataloging is a fun activity that promotes active learning and gives neat mementos if you're into crafting. I love flavored beverages. Coca-Cola, wine, juice, Starbucks lattes, anything. When I was losing weight, I let myself have one glass of a drink that wasn't water per day, and only drink water the rest of the day. It was so helpful. It is hard to believe how many extra calories those drinks had. It was much easier for me to make a simple modification to my lifestyle that way instead of completely changing my diet. Mindfulness. Be aware of your emotional and physical hunger. Are you eating because you're bored, depressed, angry, anxious, but your stomach isn't growling? Then try to not eat and find something else to deal with the emotions, because food won't fill that hunger. And dealing with it or distracting from it will. Is your stomach growling? Thirst can feel a lot like hunger, so try to remember how much water you drank before reaching for food. You should be drinking half an ounce to an ounce of water per pound that you weigh, and if you haven't had too much water, drinking more can make that faux growling hunger subside. The trick to sticking to your diet is liking it. Spices and artificial sweeteners don't have calories, so for the love of God, season your healthy food so that it tastes good. Find filling, low-calorie food that tastes good to you and eat those. Don't overcomplicate things with restrictive or fad diets. Here are some filling, low-calorie foods that I like and that you might like too. Non-fat Greek yogurt, great for breakfast parfait with fruit. Oatmeal, pile on the fruit and artificial sweeteners like zero-calorie maple syrup. Ground turkey, extra lean, great for tacos, Indian curry, chili, or meatballs. Popcorn, Smart Pop, the perfect crunchy, salty substitute for chips. Sweet potatoes, make savory fries by baking with a little oil or dessert with an artificial brown sugar. And protein ice cream, Google it, life-changing. Basically a super thick protein smoothie you eat with a spoon. Consistency, fall off one meal. Don't restart on Monday, do it the next meal. As people have mentioned, focus on your nutrition and your meals. I started intermittent fasting and calories in, calories out, and then I added walking. 2 times a week for an hour after a month, up to 3 times. Now I'm at 6 times a week, hike and run. And I'm looking to add strength training. Don't forget to have rest days. And even in your sleep, be consistent so your body can repair and do its thing. Don't go grocery shopping when you're hungry. Go after you've eaten, so it will be easier to make good decisions. Also, buy healthy food to snack on for when you have cravings. Snacking isn't really good for losing weight, but if you're gonna do it, then you'll be better off if it's healthy instead of Oreos. Drink water if you feel hungry. Stop thinking of meals as treats. Food is fuel for your body, so every meal doesn't have to be some special treat for you. It can be hard, but get away from sugar for long enough that you don't have an itch for it. Lose your sweet tooth. I did it by dating a diabetic for a few years, trying to keep sugar out of the house. Once that craving for sugar goes away, it's hard to bring it back. Candy and desserts and whatnot don't seem very tempting anymore. They just seem too sweet. I still do cook with fruit plenty and indulge in some ice cream once in a while, but mostly I just don't want that level of sweetness anymore. I'm not advising any extreme diet or anything, but if you just don't care much for frosted whatever, you take a whole pillar of weight-adding foods out of the equation. Drink a big glass of water 10 minutes before you eat. When you feel hungry, drink a big glass of water and wait 10 or 20 minutes. If you're still hungry, then you're really hungry. The hard part about diet and exercise is knowing how to change your diet. Subscribe to some healthy eating subreddits, Instagram and YouTube accounts. Try out some recipes you haven't done before. Find something with 7 to 10 ingredients or so that doesn't take a ton of prep. Start building a pantry. Eventually, if you like something, you can start buying it in bulk and you will start saving money. Example, you can spend $6 on a sandwich for one lunch, or $12 on a week's worth of sandwich fixins at home. Eating healthy doesn't have to be boring or flavorless. Greek yogurt, chicken breast, don't forget seasoning, beans and rice, fresh fruit, and learning how to prepare tasty veggies can go a long way towards changing your diet. Find a couple of easy to prep meals that you can rely on. I liked eggs and bacon or oatmeal, plain with a bit of syrup added, not the pouches, for breakfast. Salad is fine for lunch, though when I was at my lightest weight, it was a banana and a peanut butter sandwich, even though that's not low carb. For dinner, I like curries, chili, beans, and rice-based meals, chicken, and steamed fresh broccoli. If you're not familiar in the kitchen, try YouTube videos that explain things. Get a crock pot or instant pot, you can find them cheap online or even thrifted. Get a few good knives. Example, not the cheap ones that come in the wood block. Basically, it's easier to eat healthy if you cook your own food, and it's easier to cook with the right gear. Trying to count calories and being broke in grad school helped me fall in love with cooking. I used a calorie counting app like MyFitnessPal to keep a food journal. It helped me to understand portions, and it also made it hard to snack. Am I really going to count out 17 chips to log the 170 calories? Screw it, I'll save the calories for tomorrow. It has a ton of popular restaurants and ingredients already preloaded, so it's easy to start tracking your daily calories. Don't forget to count the calories to drink too. In fact, as someone else mentioned cutting out soda, that's a great way to begin reducing calories. I'm a coffee and water only drinker, coconut water occasionally. Remember, you're only cheating yourself if you're snacking without logging it. The thing is, you want to make significant changes, not just a month-long diet, see no results, and then revert back to old habits. So just be aware, all these tips can be mildly dangerous for those with EDs. I think lots of people can benefit from changing their diets and cooking more at home, but don't starve yourself. Everyone needs to eat. Don't punish yourself for days when you felt like indulging. My therapist mentioned that he does intermittent fasting, and I just can't get on board. I know I tend to binge and can't imagine the day before or after a fast day would look pretty for me. And that brings us to the end of the video, Narwhals. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please tap subscribe to join our awesome community, the Narwhals, and for more weight loss stories that help you stay on track. And here's our featured Narwhal of the day. Down 102 pounds as of today, 16 years old, 5'2", same hiking trail, 9 months apart. Anything is possible.